Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments and all your questions Manchester United related, please. Eddie, what are you telling me? You good, my brother?
Morning time, people. Getting that quick breakfast. And my apologies if I look like a madman. All this food in my mouth, but pause. But no, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Better than I should be after this stuff. There, it's crazy.
Go on.
After I left, I was
Mhm.
unable to watch the rest of the game. But
Yeah.
then, and the cold part was this, man. I'm talking to this person who works in South
Yeah.
Korea, and she just going over the moon about Sun Dog. I had no clue. I had no clue because it was like a get to know person because we work on different sides of the map, and so I'm
Okay,
just
okay.
talking to her, and she's going off. I'm
Yeah.
like, "What you going on? You okay?"
Mhm.
It's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I have the Manchester United Tottenham game on." I was like, I didn't even let her know I was a United fan because I didn't want to get into that. And I was like, "Oh, what's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
score?" And she said 2-1 or 2-2. I think it was two
yeah.
two because he scored the tire. So
Yeah. Son scored the equalizer. Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
I'll let you speak on the game much. Um,
Yeah, we gonna get to that.
I ain't really, yeah, I can't really speak on. I can speak on the first half, but what I can say is, man, it's more of the same. Just more of the same.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. Everyone in the chat, I have sorted out my audio. I just literally had to switch the audio. Apologies on the lateness, people, but you know what does the Don Matisse say? Lateness is greatness. I was up
All
late
the
last night
time.
working, so that's all it is, people. But we're here in the building. But yeah, apologies on the lateness. Let's bump up the likes as well. Already over 30 of you lot in the building. Big up, but let's get up to 20 likes, people. We're currently at 14. And like I stated at the very start, keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, because this is the ManDem United podcast. So make sure you do so. Big up United for Life, Warrior J, Daredevil, I see you, RJ, Montano, Matthew Dale as well. Let's see what you got. And as you can see from the title, people, Eddie touched on it there, and we will speak on it more. But poor away form against big teams continues
Mm.
for Manchester United. And like Eddie said, more of the same. If you look back before the game, and I'm saying, yes, I'm predicting Manchester United to win 2-1, but I'm not confident. And other people are asking me, why are you not confident? It's Spurs. It's Spurs. They're in bad form. They just got battered by Newcastle. It's not about Tottenham. I don't trust Manchester United. That's what the issue is because I don't know which Manchester United I am going to get. Am I going to get the Manchester United who played against Sevilla, the Manchester United from the second half against Tottenham, the Manchester United against Brighton, the Manchester United against Fulham? Or on the flip side, am I going to get the Manchester United who played against Nottingham Forest, the Manchester United who played against Brentford, the Manchester United who played against Everton? I legit don't know what I'm going to get because this team, well, these players are just not good enough. And this is why I keep saying, and I will continue to say, I will push the majority of these players off a cliff, theoretically, people, not literally, because they're not good enough. And how many performances and
Preach.
how many times do we need to drop points, whether it's a draw or a loss, before people just realize these players are just not good enough? How many times? And don't let earlier on in the season and the great results we've had, because overall this season, the majority of the results have been great. But just because the majority of the results have been great doesn't mean the performances have been great. In particular, away from home. Yes, people are critical of Ten Hag away from of our record away from home against the big sides, and it's not good. But people are going way over the top. I believe we have the fifth or sixth best away record in the Premier League. Does it need improvement? Yes. But we are a work in progress. I don't think people realize we are in stage one. We are legit. People talking about it's like criticizing a toddler for falling over. You just learned how to walk. I'm saying we just trying to get our balance and get everything in order. That's currently where Manchester United are at, and our home form has been incredible. He saw, as Eddie would say, he sorted out the crib. That's exactly what Ten Hag has done. He sorted out the home form. The home form is great, and now and then the results on top of that for the majority have been great. But now it's about the performances. But these players are just not good enough. Let me run through some of the comments anyway. Big up to you for United for Life as
Shout out
well.
United for life, my dog.
Every single time. What made me excited yesterday is that it was clear to see what Ten Hag is planning to do and what system he wants to play. But at this moment, he doesn't have good enough players to keep the ball. Yeah, I will talk, I will give my thoughts on the actual game itself very shortly as well, people. United for Life said, let's wait for 8 or 9 Ten Hag players that he bought to be in the starting lineup, the players that will allow his system to run smoothly. I hear that. Big up Daredevil. Says big up Flawless and everyone else. Love from the USA. Disappointing and frustrating result for Manchester United as we let a 2-goal lead slip and drew with Spurs. Said this complacency that has kicked in since we won the Carabao Cup is a bit concerning for me. Is it down to players being tired and lack of depth? I don't think it's since I think it's even happened before the Carabao Cup. It's just that Ten Hag had all of these players playing at their maximum or playing. Yeah, all these players were playing at their maximum or playing over their maximum as well. Is it a lack of depth? Yes. But that's from quality. I don't put it into the players being tired because we was putting in poor performances or average performances beforehand. I don't think it's that at all. I don't think it's tiredness, no, because I just really don't. Because in the first half against Spurs, we were great, and then second half we just kept giving the ball up. Just kept getting. I'll get onto the Garnacho deal as well. I didn't even know that happened. United for Life. I'll get into that comment about Harry Kane. Let's see. Big up Marcel, big up Malcolm as well. Warrior Jason's Flawless and Eddie. Which players do you think is showing that inconsistency? The vast majority.
The vast majority. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. For real, the love is always dope, though. For real. It's been the quality. This is always going to be the case until we see the reset that Flawless has been pushing for, that I've been pushing for. We don't. Again, I'll say it all the time. They ask why are they playing like Ollie? They're Ollie players. Why it's that simple, people. When we look at this team, there's so much that needs to be done. And again, man, I guess De Gea was involved in another, opportunity to give them a goal. I didn't see it, and I thank the Lord I didn't see it because I don't want to see it again. I got too much respect to see how this guy is floundering out. And it's just, again, they're not good enough. They're not good enough. And I think, to their credit, if we didn't look at the past couple games and we just looked at rosters and clubs, this is kind of the deserved result. We went there with the back line of Wan-Bissaka, Delo, Lindelof, and Shaw. And honestly, I saw their opportunities in the first half, and it gave me a bit of hesitancy to go we're going to control this game, because they had guys who could take their chances and opportunities, right? And it wasn't the amount of opportunities we're giving, but it was the type of opportunities that we gave up in that first half that gave me cause, right? But at the end of the day, man, it's just the answers are always in front of us. They're just not good enough, man. If it's not Rashford, especially out there because I heard some things about the head of our congregation, the Pastor Fred, Episcopal Pastoral Second Baptist Church. I heard some things and I wasn't happy. But can I be shocked about it? No. I can't be shocked because that's their level, So again, shout out to all y'all, man. It is what it is at this point. We should be really, really happy when we get dubs now because of the type of squad that we're putting out there on a consistent basis. That's just what it is. We have problems. We have problems, and hopefully this is the day for that ownership stuff to get sorted out. So let's just hope the right guys get to maintain. I'm telling you, and that Radcliffe brother is really trying to come off on the wrong foot.
Man wants to keep the Glazers, when people say he wants what's best for the club.
We see you, brother. We see you, and now we understand what you're about. So I don't know if it's gonna go his way, but I'm telling you, it's just it's been a big week. The crown jewel is our FA Cup final berth, but other than
Yep.
that, like not the best week for Manchester United.
Nope. Not in the slightest in terms of that game. You mentioned there the hater when people said like I don't even really blame him for the second goal because what's happened is he's kicked it long. I think it might have been Romero or Dyer. One of those two's won the header, and then the headers they've headed it forward. It's gone straight through to Kane, who's then squared it to Son. I thought it was Malacia, but it was actually Shaw who didn't get across over that side because Shaw had covered and played it. So Shaw had gone over to the right side of the pitch, played the ball back to De Gea. De Gea's kicked it long. It's been headed straight forward. And I'm thinking, why is Malacia not over? And Delow's gone high up the pitch as well. And then Son's obviously scored at the back stick. But that's just typical. That's Manchester United in a nutshell, people. And when I say that, I'm talking about them two halves. You see in the very good of Manchester United and you see in the very bad. And when you're very good sometimes and sometimes very bad, that means you're inconsistent and not good enough. And this is why I've been critical of this team pretty much the entire season. Yes, I'm happy about results because I'm results over everything. But I don't do results-based analysis in terms of I can see we've won a game, whether it's 1-0, 2-1, whatever, and go, all right, over the moon about winning the game, 3 points, or through to the next round in the FA Cup, or through to the next round in the Carabao Cup, or through to a next round of the Europa League. But performances, poor performances, or below par performances, or on par performances, eventually will catch up with you. If you are not performing well, eventually you will drop points. And that's what happened. Go back and look at the watch along yesterday. From the start of the second half, I'm saying the momentum's with Spurs. We are sloppy. We need to get on this. Let's put 5, 6, 7 passes together. That is becoming a common theme. You hear me say all the time. I'm saying get the third goal and kill this dead. And in the end, we were lucky to get a point. We were very fortunate to get a point. And that's terrible considering the situation we was in and the amount of control we had as well. Because we was controlling the game.
Yeah.
We was controlling the game. Yeah, Spurs had some half chances, but we was controlling the game. And even and I got to give credit because everyone played well in that first half. Yeah. Everybody was high in the first. Everybody was at it in the first half. Absolutely everybody was high. From De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Delo, from the goalkeeper, all the defenders, the midfielders. You know what I'm saying? I seen Bruno do a 180 and take a shot. I was like, whoo. Even with the chance that he missed. Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The wide players look good as well. Rashford was playing well up front in terms of a central area and doing centre forward duties. But then we just fell off. And then people are criticizing Ten Hag and talking about all the subs because me and Taza was talking about it afterwards. Did we get worse after the subs? Yes. So can you criticize Ten Hag for the substitutions? Yes. But we were poor before the subs. That's why I didn't understand when me and Taza was going back and forth about what he was talking about. Oh, we was in control. We was never in control. I said I said to him, go back and watch the game because I was saying, all right, what did we create in the second half? Minus Bruno hitting the bar where he should have scored. What else did we create? We had no sustained possession. We had no sustained pressure. We didn't create any half chances. Never mind clear-cut chances apart from that Bruno one. That's not good enough. So if Ten Hag doesn't change it, people are saying, why are you not making subs? Why are you making subs so late? Ray Millie said it in the chat yesterday. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I look at the bench, what are the options? Who's these game changers? Who's the game changers? And then Taza, when me and Taza was talking, he made the point about Ten Hag subs being well and him being praised, and I agree with that. But what Ten Hag's substitutions have been previously is chasing the game, going forward. It was offensively because I believe Manchester United in the Premier League, our substitutes have scored more goals than anybody else. So normally we've been chasing the games. But defensively, who are you putting on? Bear in mind, Eddie made the point about that back line. He made the point about the back line. That's not, we're missing our first choice centre backs, and it shows. You got Wan-Bissaka and Delo out there. 2 fullbacks who I like, but I just don't think are good enough going forward. I've said that. So basically, the entire back four out there, I don't believe is good enough. De Gea is not good enough. That's 5. I've already said we need an upgrade on Eriksen. That's 6. Upgrade on Bruno. That's 7. Anthony is playing well. Rashford played through the middle. Sancho, we've all spoken in depth many times about Sancho's issues. Many times about Sancho's issues, even though he did take his goal very well. But again, it's just quality.
Was he not good in the second half as well?
Everybody was bad in the second half. Okay. It wasn't just on him. And when I say everybody was bad, you know what it was? It was severe all over again. Just giving the ball away. We were just giving the ball away. Everybody just fell off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, even Wan-Bissaka for was it their first goal, jogging out to Perisic, and Perisic just crossed the ball. Then things have then happened in the box, and then Porro's end up scoring. But I'm like, why are you jogging out to him? And he did it on a couple of occasions where he's just jogging out to Perisic, and Perisic is crossing the ball into the box. I believe the Dyer header was like that. Too easy. Wan-Bissaka, fantastic defender, we know, but don't jog out to your man. Sprint out to your man. Hurry out to your man. Rush him. Don't let Perisic just cross the ball into the box. And people
That's
like,
unfortunate to hear. But you know, it goes to what I think with the problem that I have with some of our players is this. Mentally, they're not locked into the game enough for me. And it's not like they're not trying. I just think, you know, when you're exerting so much energy, mentally you have lapses due to fatigue. But with Bissaka, he just has mental lapses, right? That's consistent with him. And I think, you know, hearing you explain that it's Sevilla all over again, I have to point to our ability to consistently maintain a level of energy. And I think that's the thing. I think when I look at our players, their performances have slowly been going. You dig what I'm saying? Yep. Slowly been going down the tube, and I think a large part of that is fatigue. I think a large part of that is just them not being good enough and that being exaggerated by the fatigue. And for me,
that's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
It's kind of like, it's like I say what I expect, because now that I go into games, I'm thinking, yeah, there's definitely a chance we can get found out, but I also have the quality and talent to get something out of this game as well. Like, just to score goals, right? Not to play well, but to score goals. Like, you see Rashford take his chance. You see Sancho take his chance. Bruno with that miss, but we'll leave that alone because I don't want to get into that conversation. And I thought in the first half he actually played pretty well. I thought
he did.
I thought he, you know, for what we lacked in that midfield, I thought he played pretty well. So yeah, it'll always come back to the quality. It'll always come back to the quality. It'll be interesting to see like what steps they take to make he takes to make certain adjustments. Because usually you say, yeah, you can put this player here, put this player in there. Maybe it's, you know, I think we just got to stick with Malacia at left back. I know it's not saying much, but Delo seriously cannot defend pacey wingers. Like, I think that's why Mason had put Son on his side.
Or was that just he don't want to put Son up against Wan-Bissaka, which I do understand.
That's true too, but I'm just looking at all these matchups Delo has had, and like the ones that really give him issues are the ones that are generally faster than him and have that quick twitch, sudden burst. Son has that, and you know the other thing with one, it's like there's such glaring inequality, like this glaring problems with both of those fullbacks.
Yes.
You know, there's glaring problems with both of them. The Saka, it's his awareness. The Low, it's just his athleticism, I would say, you know. And to his credit, he's filled in as best as he can, but we can only hide you for so long.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to for me.
It really does. Hey, you lot continue to get your questions in. Please just keep them Manchester United related. Over 50 of you lot in the building. Big up. We've gone over 30 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes, people. Let's get up to 40 likes. Like check 1212. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're currently at 6,341. We're looking for 4 more subscribers, people. Looking for 4 more subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you super chat, we'll get straight to your comment or question. That's one surefire way, because the comment section be wild over here on Sarcasm City TV as well. Hey, big up Pac Bandit, who says big up the ManDem love from Tokyo. Tokyo, you know, big up,
man.
Man.
Shout out to
That's
you,
fire.
man.
Tokyo, that's crazy. Big up Jacob as well, United Spurs of America. That's a wild name, but big up to you, Wash. That's what I'm just gonna call you. Big up the ManDem. I'm not a Man United fan, but watch the Premier League. Which players should join next season? Do you have any idea? Bring me a whole new team. That's what I'd say. It'd be shorter to say. It'd be shorter to say who I don't want rather than who I like. It's easier for me to say. Basically, it's a long list. That's what I'm saying. It's a long list. Long list. The Warrior who says flawless when Fred came into the game, did it look like Fred was not even there again? You know what I'm saying? And Eddie, like you said, passed to Fred, you know what I'm saying, and loves Fred. Warrior J, why are we surprised that Fred gets onto the pitch and doesn't perform well? Fred, I like Fred. Legit, I do. But he's not good enough. It's as simple as that. How many games, how long has Fred been here? Fred has been here since, who signed him? Was it Ollie? Or was it Mourinho? Anyway, he's been here a long time. 2017, 2018, we're in 2023. He's been here 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know exact, but I know it's close to that. So we've seen him. Now we have, and I talk all the time about sample size. We now have, once you've seen a player at your football club for 3 years, you kind of know the level he's at. Yes, there is other factors and adding context in terms of the manager, what formation, where the player's playing, who he's playing with. All of these things are a factor, but we know Fred's level. We know what he's good at. We know what he's not good at. And after 3 years, you can make your assessment whether you think he's good enough to be at Manchester United, whether that's a first team or squad player or what him sold. I've already said I would move him on. I'm tired, not just of Fred. I'm just tired of players like Fred in terms of not good enough. And then when they don't perform well, it's like Fred didn't perform well. Well, Fred's not been performing well. Sometimes he'll perform good. Word to Gattuso. Sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe shit. That's not what we want here.
That's not what we need. Like we don't. People, when I give Pastor Fred its plaudits, it's not like I'm promoting him as one of these one-of-one world-class midfielders. Excuse me, one second.
Yeah, no stress, fam. Do your thing. I'm saying it's all good. It's all good, Eddie. Eddie working people. It's early over there on the West Coast. Tawashu says, would you want proven players like Casemiro or young up-and-coming talents for next season? Both.
No, I mean,
but yeah, go on. To answer your question, Mush. I want both. Go on.
And it's just, I just appreciate that he's always engaged in the game. Like, you're always going to see Fred be about. You're always going to see him challenge. Yeah. You're always going to see him try things. But if we're being honest, at the highest level, what Fred is one of them 80-minute plus midfielders who come in and win the ball off the team that's attacking just to see out the game. Mm-hmm. At the highest level of football, that's what he is. He's not a player that you want, honest to God, like build-up play. Every once in a while, he shows you something. But the majority of the time, you're wondering if he's seeing ghosts on the pitch. Like, why are you passing it there? There's nobody there. Why are you going in so rash? There's no need. Like, he makes those decisions, and I love him because again, we had a McTominay situation where you had a guy who was hiding behind the referees mid-game, and then you had him who was just battling. So I enjoyed it, but I'm here for progression, right? And I'm here for United getting back the standard of player that we're used to. I don't know, maybe people are younger in the chat, but United was always a team that got the best in class.
Yep.
We were not this team that gave, I want to say French starters opportunity to play Champions League minutes. That had never been us until after Sir Alex left. So he joins the list, man. We said it, we'll say it once, we'll say it again. If Ten Hag signed you, you're good.
Yes.
Anybody else, arrivederci. In no particular order. You want to start out with the goalkeeper, that's fine with me. You want to start out with the center backs, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Apart from Varane, I got to add into that list. You know what I'm saying? Ten
Yeah,
Hag signings and
yeah,
Varane. Sorry,
yeah. My
people. I'm
fault.
just adding
Varane
that.
too.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure people, because someone in the comments go say, "What about Varane?" Now add Varane into the list as well. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, we can talk about it, but Ericsson, right? I just think we've asked so much of him, and especially with the style we play. I see it was especially apparent in that Sevilla game. He uh, he just physically couldn't do it. I'm watching them play 1-2 with him involved because they know once they release the ball and make a deadline sprint, Ericsson doesn't have the ability to keep up with them anymore. He's another guy who I'd say, you know what, if we're attacking a game, 30 minutes left, give him 30 minutes. Because I've seen enough of him. It's just physically, people. It's not his ability on the ball, mentally, all of that. When physically you cannot give, you're losing the game. Like, this is the Premier League. So whether it's midfield, attack, defending, world-class athletes. We've already talked about that, spoke about that enough. If you give them a step, they'll take a mile. And he just seems a lot of times he gets overrun in that midfield. So yeah, man, I'm not shocked. Like, I knew we always know this outcome is a possibility with this squad, and it won't change until the players change. At least the mentality, of some of them has changed, but for the most part, I wouldn't expect change from these guys because that's who they've been. They've already shown me who they are. We were giving up 3-0 leads with these same players. What was it? Everton, we gave up a lead late. I can COVID, like, we can go back in
I do
the
forget.
years.
Yeah, I'm sure if we look back in the archives, there's definitely games where we've given up. What's it called? We've given up
Like, yeah,
leads.
man.
Yeah. Definitely is 110% without doubt. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Oh yeah, we'll get to the Qatari time to shine. We will talk on that. User 007 says need more goals in the squad. The game should have been over in the first half. Too complacent in the second half. Yeah, we all know. Again, this was the case before the game.
Yeah.
We all know we need more goals. Like, I don't understand this comment. Like, unless like this was known beforehand. It didn't take the Spurs game for me to go, yeah, Manchester United need more goals and more creativity in this team. No, we need that anyway. In terms of, I do agree the game should have been over in the first half, and I don't think it was complacency. I think that's being kind. I think it's a quality issue. I think the players slacked off and was like, all right, we've won this game. No, they're just not very good. I keep stating this. They're just not it. They're just not very good. And someone said there earlier, I can't find a comment, but someone had stated, bring Casemiro. Yeah, there it was. Thomas said Casemiro needs to be a sub in the second half. And play who, Thomas?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Like, people got issues. Like, if we don't play Casemiro, tell me who's going to play in his place? Let me know. Like, who is going to play in his place? This is the issue we have. This is why when people criticize Ten Hag subs, I'm like, all right, give me what he should have done. What should he have done? Like, no one ever ain't got no answers. Everyone can point out problems, but no one ever got no solutions. And I include myself in that. That's why I don't point out the problems and don't blame the manager. Who was he supposed to play yesterday? Because if he don't change it, it's why didn't you make subs? If he changes it later, it's like, why have you made the subs so late? If he changes it and it gets worse in which it did, it's you shouldn't have made the subs. These players are just not that good. How many times do we have to see games? We're in game week 33, people, of the Premier League. The season's almost over. The season's over the end of next month. We're literally less than a month away. I believe it's the 26th of May. So we are less than a month away. Now it's the 28th of April today. And we're still talking about this. These players are just not good enough. That's just what it is.
Every now and again, they'll show you.
Yes. They'll show you, but not always, because there is quality in our side, because we have some quality players like a Ericsson, like a Casemiro, like a Rashford, like a Martinez, like a Varane. They're good enough to help mask over it. And we have a manager as well of certain quality as well. Yeah, people definitely focusing too much on Casemiro's drop-off. Has his form been good? No. Is it solely him? Also no. He's doing his best to hold it down an entire midfield on his own most games. That's why he gets caught out. Better players around him means better casts. Yeah, because he's been playing before this recent drop-off, he's been playing at such a high level. Same with Ericsson. This is why I'm less critical of him now. Because I'm like, without used to, what would we have done previously? Do I need to see them improve? Yes, but as soon as them two don't play well, we fall away. Them two didn't play well in the second half, and everybody else just falls off. Big up Lewis for the raid as well every time. Shout out my G Carefree Lewis.
King Louis.
You know
what up, though?
Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, people. Make sure you do that. Yeah, people act like dropping Casemiro to McTominay isn't even bigger than the one from Varane to Maguire. This is what I'm saying. And people saying drop Cas. Okay. And play who? That's what I want to know. Drop Casemiro, but I'm saying drop Ericsson and play who? People were calling for Fred. Why is he not playing Fred? That's why he's not playing Fred. And it's not solely that game. It's because Fred's not good enough. And even Ericsson playing average or below average or poor is still better than Fred. That's just the facts of the matter. Do I like it? No. Do I see the argument on the other side that players should just play because of names? No, but don't expect us to drop Casemiro and Ericsson, play Sabitzer and Fred, and it's better. So you're going to play a midfield of Sabitzer, Fred, and Bruno. Do you honestly think that's better, yeah? Is this what we're saying?
Come on now.
So it's like, what can you do? Just understand where we're at. I'm very self-aware of where we're at in terms of the quality of the side. Why have I said I want 6 new first teamers? I've said 2 new fullbacks, a central midfielder, attacking midfielder, and a striker. Never mind the squad. That's just the first team. People are like, oh, why are you so harsh on such and such? Games like that. Why am I so harsh? Second halves like that is why I'm so critical and I nitpick. Because of games like that. Because we've had too many games like that where the performances ain't matched. And I can go back all the way to the FA Cup quarter-final against Fulham. And even before that, but I can use that as the mark. A game where we were awful, didn't play well, and people talking about, yo, why are you criticizing such and such? Because the performance was terrible. And eventually it catches up with you. And you know where it caught with us? Against Sevilla in both legs. Now we're out of the Europa League. Almost caught with us against Brighton. But fortunately enough, the defenders did the business. We were defensively resilient enough to get a draw, and we managed to win a penalty shootout, and we're through to an FA Cup final. But if we play like that in the FA Cup final against Manchester City, we will get battered. It'll be a record in the FA Cup final.
Yep.
It'll be 7, 8, 9s if we turn up and put in that performance against a team of that caliber. However, if we get very good Manchester United, we have a chance. Because last time we played, we beat them. We definitely have a chance. But yeah, big up Lewis every single time. Don't forget, you lot, link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people. Let's see what else you lot are saying. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the game. I'm just tired of people doing results based, talking about, oh, we need better players, or we need more goals, or the midfield. We knew all these things before the game, people. This is nothing. I don't like I told you so merchants when it's nothing new. Tell me something new. Tell me something I don't know. Maybe look at something different. Don't talk about needing better players. We all know we need better players. This is why I don't sit on there and be like, see, I told you so. I'm merely responding to people who criticize me for being critical of these players. Because of performances like that. I don't need to wait until we drop a 2-goal lead at Spurs and put in a second half performance like that to say, wow, these players are just not it. Because I've been watching. Not good enough.
Right.
Not good enough. It's not. Over 100 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 60 likes, people. We're currently at 49 likes. Let's get up to 60 likes, please. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're going live till 6 people, and then I'm on the terrace. I'm on the Top 6 show at 6 p.m. I'm saying so about 40 minutes from now. So we will all head over. Well, I hope to see all of you lot over there because the Sarcasm City TV, you lot, the tribe follows, man. So I respect it. You might be supporting everywhere I'm at. So I respect it. Yeah, United for Life. I've seen it as well. Wash says 6 new signings, but he was available for a fair price. Go find him. Martinez.
You think again, people.
Yeah, go on.
We have to quit operating like a small club because of the Glazers' actions. We have the money to purchase any player we want at any time that we want. What we have is an inept board, an inept kind of what I'd say scouting to football transfer department, and what's making us glow is a manager.
Yeah.
like the strongest thing at Manchester United is a manager, but the manager needs help. And again, what I'm seeing is a lack of quality, right? Because we play up here sometimes and we play down here. The only thing consistent about us is our inconsistency at this point, because our two most consistent players for this season are out of the squad. When we lost Varane and we lost Martinez, even without Casemiro, we still played better than what we look like right now. And the hallmark of our team that I think we can agree upon has been our defending, right? Those two have organized us in such a manner that it made us impossible, it pretty hard to get through. Now I'm looking at it, and the ugly side of Lindelof showed up a lot of times yesterday, where he does not engage with the player coming at him.
Mm-hmm.
He gives them an opportunity, and the same thing with Delo. I think Shaw, for what I know, Shaw really impressed me though for his. I think from the highlights I've seen, because I haven't watched the floor, I feel like Shaw. If you're gonna give plaudits to anybody, it'd probably be him. But I'll leave that up to you if you wanna kind of break down what you saw from him. I just think that
Shaw was decent. Like I said, I put him partly at fault for that equalizer, but overall, I've had no complaints with Shaw at centre back. Yeah. I don't look at it and go, yo, Shaw, terrible. I like him at centre back. I'm a fan. I want him to stay. I've said this. Left back, absolutely not. Centre back, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Without doubt. But to watch, you said 6 new signings, but who's available for a fair price? There's plenty of players out there available for a fair price.
Absolutely.
We'd all agree that Martinez was a fair price. If we go in a time machine and go in the past and this time last year, nobody was talking about Martinez. So go find me Martinez's. And when I say Martinez level players, all over the pitch. So your fullback areas, your son, they're out there. It's on the scouting department. It's on the people signing off on who gets signed to Manchester United to do the business. That's what it is. So yes, 6 new signings who are available. There's hundreds of thousands of players playing football all across the globe. Manchester United can go anywhere on God's green earth to go and find and locate players. So therefore, there's players out there. If I can name players, and Eddie can name players, and if Jez was in the chat, Jez can name players, and Steve, who's on here sometimes, who be in the chat, knows players. We all know players. Like I say, nobody wasn't talking about Lisandro Martinez. He's arguably been our best player this season, arguably been our most consistent. Bear in mind, he was second choice because it was Timber who was in for. So there's players available. There's definitely players available. Of course, it's on the takeover. We don't know if we're going to get taken over or not. But we can definitely go and find and locate players without doubt. Flawless, if you do indeed need to sign 5 to 7 players, it's from Justice. Can you afford to pay 100 million for Kane? I don't want to pay 100 million for Kane. I've said this verbatim. I don't want to spend 100 million on any player. I don't think Kane is worth 100 million. Keep saying this. And I rate Harry Kane very highly, people. Very highly. I think Kane is a quality footballer. He would fit in at Manchester United. He would get himself goals. He would get assists. He'd be a great foil for everybody else. But I don't want Harry Kane because I don't like the profile. I don't like the profile. And when I say the profile, non-mobile, unathletic, can't run in behind, no pace and power. I don't want no slow or medium pace striker up top. You see what Haaland's doing. And you're not going to go get a Haaland, but you see what Haaland's doing. You see the effect he's having.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a very good footballer, great finisher, very intelligent, pace and power. I'm saying it's pace and power. Rashford is a prime example of pace and power. Yes, again, good finisher, had a great season. But see, just being a willing runner gets you into situations. Garnacho has helped Manchester United this season. He's 18. He has many levels to go. Is he good enough to be a first teamer? That's to be seen. The point I'm making is just being quick and direct has helped him have such an impact. Someone said it, Garnacho's had more of an impact than Sancho this season. The fact that that's a debate, I'm not going to get into it. The fact that that's a debate is crazy. Yeah. That 18-year-old is having the same impact as that 70 million winger. And guess what? If we compare them as footballers, Sancho washes him in every department. Every department. Apart from being quick, direct, and explosive. That is it. Because I won't even put Garnacho in the power bracket. He's just sheer direct pace, speed, directness. And Sancho washes every other category. We do technical attributes, finishing, passing, giving goals, 1-2. He's the better player, clearly. And of course, because he's much older. Like, but look, I'm not with Kane. I watched yesterday and I was like, that sums up why I don't want him.
Yeah.
That sums up why I don't want him.
Yeah.
Never look like a threat. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, you don't. So yeah, I wouldn't try and sign Harry Kane. No, I'm not with it. I've already said this because United for Life did ask about Kane earlier. He says, out of 10, what would you rate Harry Kane in the 10 position? For me, this guy can play as a 10, middle, right, left, all just as good. I believe if we get him, he'll make United at least 30% better. He would make us better. No doubt about it. That's why I'm not against people saying that they want Harry Kane. However, I'm just not with it. If he was to sign as a 10, though, I'm more for that. It's the price point. 100 million for a 29-year-old with 1 year left on his deal and he wants to leave his club is bad business. And I don't think Kane's the player to take us over the top. Here's this thing will make sense. I think Kane is world class, but I think he's overrated. That makes no sense, but it makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like people who put him in the best. They used to put him in the best striker in the world conversations. Relax. So used to rate him like they've pushed it. They've pushed it. So I understand what you're saying completely.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm not so like people talk about if we signed him, it would have the Van Persie effect. Kane is not as good as Van Persie, people. If Kane was rubbing Van Persie level, I'd be like, yes, go game. But Kane is not rubbing Van Persie. He's not walking into a team as good as what Van Persie was walking into. He's not walking into a situation as good as what Van Persie was walking into, and neither the manager as well. Like let's have some perspective on this. But do I rate Kane? Yes. But yesterday just showing I'm like
he has a level.
Yeah. I think he's world class. I think he's a top quality, but I don't want him at Manchester United, especially for that price point. For me, it's the price point thing.
Yeah, because they're gonna ask for a lot.
The 100 M's. Shout
out to Shug Levy. Hey, we might have lost to Italy, but we might win the war. I'm hearing all this stuff about him. Ryan Mason maybe staying.
Hey, shout out Ryan Mason, man.
And again, people, teams get what we give them. Simply put, I've seen enough. It's the same old song when we concede. We give them an opportunity to score by any type of mistake that we make. Teams don't necessarily. I wouldn't classify it as breaking us down.
Yeah, they're not cutting us apart. I get what you're saying.
That's been the case a couple weeks now. So at this point, people just need to understand who we're dealing with here and quit having these expectations of dominance. Just be excited that we make it out somewhere with a win. And the good thing is, I think if we win this game on Sunday, I think that's top 4 wrapped.
Okay.
I think because 63 points, where everybody else is at the level of competition that we have, I think it's wrapped. But the longer we extend this idea of not closing out and finishing games, getting draws, while the team's getting 2 points, that's when it becomes a bit sticky. But we have the easiest run of fixtures out of all the teams that I see that have an opportunity. I think
you don't class Liverpool as having an opportunity.
Huh?
You don't class Liverpool as having an opportunity.
No,
First, go on. Carry on. Just making sure.
Go somewhere else, Liverpool. Go. I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I kind of do. But we'll leave that for another conversation. They got Spurs Liverpool this weekend, right? So we'll see what it is. What it is. I don't think it's at Anfield. I think it's at Spurs or something like that, right?
It's Anfield.
It's at Anfield? Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Arrivederci Spurs. It's been real.
Hey, you lot continue to bump up the likes, 60 likes. Girls up to 80 likes now, people. That's the next like mark, people. So yeah, girls up to 80 likes. We're at 60 people.
Hector, my fault. Let me.
Nah, go on. Yeah. You go for a minute. Because I'm gonna get to a couple of things as well. So yeah.
He may be an elite striker. but he's not the type of elite striker that we need at Manchester United. Two things can be true.
Mhm.
Two things can be true. Flawless said he's world class.
Yeah. So when you
Like
say let's not do this, like I legit called him world class.
Yeah, nobody's discounting what he is, but at the end of the day, we also saw what holds him back. And we've said on multiple times, it seems to us that the players that thrive in this Ten Hag system are athletes.
Yes.
That's it. That's all we're saying. Let's not make this into a Kane Defense League type of ordeal now. We just saying in this outfit, in this current outfit, athletes. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Like legit. Kane, he's quality people. Like again, there's no need to defend him. I called him world class. I don't call players I don't rate world class, but you can be world class and I don't want you at my football club for various reasons. The Hector who said Benzema and Lewandowski prove you don't need pace. No, you don't need it. But if you don't have it, your other attributes have to be absolutely exceptional. You are talking two of the best strikers ever seen on the planet. There. Look at the two names you've just named there. They are two of the best strikers in the past 20 years. We do strikers list of the past 10, not even 20 years, 10 years. Those two are probably in the top three. When you look at what they've done and the impact they've made in Champions Leagues and domestic leagues and scoring big goals and important goals for their sides. Benzema is I've said this before, Benzema is arguably the best striker I've seen since R9. It's ridiculous what he's done. Again, another conversation for another day, but yes, I'm old enough to have seen R9. Behind R9, it might be Benz. Because what can he not do at this point? Lewandowski was incredible at Bayern Munich for years. Man helped them win a quad. What are we doing? Help them reach Champions League last stages on a consistent basis. Kane is not of the level of either of those two. I think he's better than Lewandowski now, but I'm saying Lewandowski at his peak, Kane's not better than. He's not better than Benzema now, because I would take Benzema at my football club. For everything I say about pace and power, I think it was me and Tazo who was running bants and running jokes because Benzema's out of contract, I think, at the end of the season. But he might stay, he might not. And I was saying, if he's available, go and get him. Because he's Benzema. He's the exception to the rule. Is there an exception? It's not one size fits all and one rule fits all for football. So would I take Benzema? Yes, because Kane is not on the level of a Karim Benzema.
Right.
If you put Harry Kane in that Real Madrid side last season, they don't win the Champions League. And that's not a shot at Kane. It's any player. I don't think you take Benzema out and put any striker in there and they win the champs. Benzema's a special. He's an extra special talent. He sits at a different table to most. He's up there with the elite. Kane don't sit with the elite. And when I say the elite, I'm talking the best strikers.
The best that we've ever seen. There's no way you say that Kane belongs at that table.
Not there, but he's world class. Don't get me wrong. Harry Kane is world class, and if we signed him, I wouldn't be against it. I just think there's better options, and for the money, I don't like it. I really don't.
No, yeah, it's.
I don't. Really don't.
I'm saying that's what people are saying. He didn't like. From what I saw, Kane wasn't even really like their furthest attacker up the pitch. Like the few bits that I saw of the game, it was mostly the guys on the wings giving us cause for concern. So I think at this age, he's starting to understand who he is as a player. And, for me, I just need a change in outfit because it's not good enough. Like, I can't hold a player like Casemiro too much responsible because I've seen what Casemiro looks like when he has talent around him.
You've seen it this season.
We've seen it this season too. So I'm not going to be too hard on him. Striker wise, I think everybody understands who fits us to a T. It's Ivan Toney, but we don't know the situation that he's going through with the FA and all of that, and we just don't know what the manager prefers in a striker at this point as well. We've heard Kane, but we don't know if that's Ten Hag or the board. We don't know Who's saying what?
And let me get to this to Silhi, who says we can take Kane to the Benzema level. Ten Hag will improve our midfield and our attackers will flourish. No, we can't take Kane to the Benzema level. Let's just kill that dead. No.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? And that, no, sorry to cut you off, Eddie, but I just had to pull this up. No,
yeah,
let's relax, people. Let's relax, people. Harry Kane is not on the level of a Karim Benzema. Let's stop. No, he's not. Like he's not.
Kane don't have feet work like big body Benz, dog.
Yeah, Benz washes him at everything. Apart from passing, Benz washes him at everything. Let's not do this. Physically, mentally, technically, washes him at everything by finishing. Let's not disrespect Benz.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. Let's be sensible. Let's be sensible. And to Hector, yeah, Emma already answered it. Where you said if you look at Ten Hag, Tadic played false 9, no pace at all. Yes, but that's at Ajax. He's not. Emma already responded to this. He's not done everything the same at Ajax that he has at Manchester United. You're playing with different players, different league, different opposition. That's why he's not gonna go get Tadic. He's not gonna go sign Tadic, is he? Like, come on, man. This Kane defense league is sad. Why is he still at Spurs? Why is he still at Spurs if he's all this? If we really gonna get into it, why is he still at Spurs? Why did City refuse to pay the money for him?
Now look at him.
Answer that. Why did Manchester City look at it and go, nah, we good? Because he's not of that level. That's why. And when we say with the level, we're talking the creme de la creme, cream of the crop. He's world class, no doubt about it. But why did ask yourself that, people? Why did City say no? City could pay that. And they have the money. Why did they say nah? 100 mils? Nah. Boy, they spent 100 million on Grealish. There's a reason for that. There's a reason they said no. Just saying. People don't want to have these uncomfortable conversations. Kevin, I've already said, yeah, Tony would be my preferred option, but we don't know. It's case dependent. But I would go sign Ivan Toney. But if not Ivan Toney, just go get me another striker. I want 2 strikers, bare minimum. A more senior striker and then a youngster to back him up.
Definitely a prospect, that striker.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. Like, again, people, even like people, we have to be truthfully honest with ourselves. We have to be truthfully honest, just honest with ourselves. There is not a single player on our roster who deserves to be defended or saved. Not a single one. So when you look at who we should be bringing in, it's pretty much anybody who's not them. Anybody, like, we are trying to drastically shift the culture of what we've seen for the past 10 years to something entirely different. And shout out to the greatest, Marvel entity that is Thanos. As long as there are people who remember what was, there can never truly be an acceptance of what it is to be. You have all these dudes who for years we've been cussing out for their performances, for what they said in the media, all this and all that. We have to get rid. To somebody talking about Bissaka. Bissaka is not good enough to start and play a lot of meaningful minutes for us because you see, mentally, he's not engaged for the full 90. We have players who are engaged for the full 90 mentally, but physically they can't do it. We have a bunch of inconsistent players in our squad. Yep. So anybody can go. Anybody can get it. It's that simple.
Facts. 100% facts. And yeah, I'm with it. Warrior J, in terms of a right back, nobody stands out to answer your question. However, as well, athlete, I've said, just bring me someone who's athletic, pace and power down that side. And
who can run back and forth and not get tired.
Yeah. And is offensively, he's good on the ball. He's offering something offensively. Excel, not only be an athlete, excel offensively. And just be competent defensively. Just be okay. I don't even need you to be exceptional. Just be okay and give us something to work with. Just don't be Trent defensively. I'm saying be able to defend the basics. If you get ripped and it's some cold skill, I go, you know what, hold my hands up. And to Hector, I agree with you. Kane does start for every team in the world except Madrid. I don't think he starts for City, but I understand your overall point. I don't think he's better than Haaland, but that's a whole different conversation. But you're missing my point. I'm talking profile. I don't doubt Kane's skill set. His profile. Why is he still at Spurs? Why did City? Because people saying,
there's a reason, people.
Why? And outside of Manchester City going in for him, why did nobody else go in for him? There's something to it, people. That's all I'm saying. Because let Haaland be on the market. A team's going to go in for him, yes? Yes, 110%. Kane's not of an Mbappe price where it's ridiculous, where you're talking 200, 300 million, or north of 200 million. You're talking 100 M's. So why is it he's going to end up stay at Spurs? Like I say, profile. I'm just not with it. Again, it's my personal preference. My personal preference with it. I'm just not a fan. And again, the mentality, he should have won a trophy at Spurs as well. Should have done that. Dan says, big up Flawless and Eddie. Are you guys still confident that Spurs? A third spot is yours this season with some poor performances heading into the next 3 important fixtures. Yeah, I'm still confident. 1 of finishing top 4, 2 finishing third. Even though Newcastle are playing well. I'm still confident. What are you saying, Eddie?
Same. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That's crazy on the mic. Same. Because I know Varane will be back, and that'll bring back some stability. So yeah, I'd expect us to hold down our top 4 spot.
Fully bare minimum hold down the top 4 spot. And yeah, I still think we'll finish third. I still think we will. Even though that'd just be a bonus at this point. Question for you both. If Shaw continues to perform well at centre-back, could you see Martinez moving into midfield like last year for Ajax? Could have done with that control and drive last night. Signings, please. Definitely signings, 100%. But no, I want Shaw to be back up to Martinez. That's just me. What are you saying, Eddie?
Back up at the best. He doesn't. Again, he's another player who I think struggles to maintain his energy, which allows teams to get back in the game because of the position that he plays. It's not like it's a midfielder losing, a bit of pace as the game goes on. It's your center back. And it's probably one of your more engaged center backs because of what he provides to us on the ball. So, yeah, that's what I'd say.
Legit. Just running through some more before we close out, people. Continue to get your questions in. Continue to bump up your likes as well. Flawless, what's your thoughts on Ten Hag's sub-criticism? In my opinion, he has no choice. We've been playing every 3 days since January. We have shit squad depth because of injuries. Also, Ten Hag can only do so much. Yeah, I touched on this before, ads, but pretty much in agreement. There isn't really much more he can do because I just don't rate the team like that. Qatar up in the bid significantly. Source, please, time to shine. Or does someone else know? Please. Source in the chat. Let me know.
And to be fair, I don't even care. I just want to see if it's accepted, then we move. But
no, without doubt, Pub. Without doubt. Yes, Warrior J, you know this about the goalkeeper. We spoke in depth. You know the answer to that question. Gents, let's be honest. Liverpool are looking in a decent spot to pick 4th in the league. United fixtures are tricky. But yeah, we have a 7-point gap with a game in hand. So I'm not worried. I'm not concerned about Liverpool. They concerned about us. They chasing us. We not chasing them. Like I said, 7-point gap with a game in hand. So it could potentially be 7, could potentially be 8, or potentially could be 10. We don't finish above Liverpool, leading them by 10 points, or let's say worst case scenario, 7 points with 5 games to go. I don't want champs. I don't want Champions League to go get embarrassed. We just got embarrassed in the Europa League. So if we can't finish in the top 4 of the Premier League comfortably, give us Europa League next season. As much as I dislike that competition, give us that. And let us go and try and win that. Peter G says if Liverpool gets 71 points, be worried. I'm not worried. You lot can be worried. Liverpool don't worry me. I ain't worried about no team in 6. You were supposed to be challenging on all fronts, and their season's over. You know what I'm saying? That season was over in January.
And a lot of the teams close to us, we have 2 games on. We have 2 games. We're 2 games. Like I think, we have 2 games. We're 2 games back of them, so we have space to cover ourselves. Now you don't want to rely upon that. You want to get wins as best you can, but we still have a pretty good, comfortable gap that we'd have to really flounder in my opinion, to ruin. And I think we play Villa at home, so we're gonna see. I think we'll see a better
Oh
side.
yeah, shit. I didn't even
yeah.
realize that. You right. I'm just looking at the table. You know, in regards to having some of the teams around us, we have 2 games in hand on.
Yeah.
So we got a game in hand on Newcastle. So we're 2 points behind them with a game in hand. We're 6 clear of Spurs with 2 games in hand. We're 6 clear of Villa with 2 games in hand. We're 7 clear of Liverpool with a game in hand. No, I'm not worried. No, I'm not concerned whatsoever. If we fumble it from this, I want to be in the champs.
Yeah.
I want to be in the champs if we fumble this. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Bear in mind, we play Villa on the weekend. So I'm looking here.
So even if we get draws against somebody like Villa, that's not too bad for us, you know.
And Eddie mentioned the game. Liverpool and Spurs play each other. So at least one of them, maybe both of them, drop points.
Yeah.
So best case scenario is United beat Villa and then Spurs and Liverpool draw.
Mm-hmm.
That's best case scenario. Or even a Spurs win. Is that going to happen? Highly unlikely. But let's say we draw against Villa and Liverpool beat Spurs. All right, cool. We'd still be, let's see, what's this? 5 points clear of Liverpool with a game in that. And we would have 6 games to go. I'm not worried about it. I trust us against Villa at home. Absolutely goddamn dude. I trust us against anybody at home, backers at home. We do. I said we have Brighton and Chelsea still to play. Brighton, yeah, that's a tough game. Chelsea is not.
Really just say that?
I can't believe Riddle me said this.
Come on, Riddle me this. You do better than that, bro.
Yeah. I said Chelsea, you know. No, I'm not shook.
Have you seen? Have you heard?
Does he know?
Yeah, does he know?
It's Chelsea, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like, come on, man. It's Chelsea for real. Like, let's not do this. Like I said, I ain't concerned with no team making a valiant comeback. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool are in 6. But yeah, I trust us against Villa. At home, I do. 7.43 billion bid from Qatar. Oh, is that sauce, though? You lot ain't dropped no sauces. Where you hearing this news from? Final few questions before we close out as well, people. Final few questions, please. Oh, yeah, score prediction for Villa, actually. Chat to me, Eddie.
2-1. That's the only score for a win that I give that I've truthfully have faith in. I know we're good to score 2. I know that for a fact. And I think, you know, we always rebound and give off a good performance after disappointing performances. So I think we can do it.
Yeah.
No, T.J. Varane's coming back.
So yeah, I'm in agreement. Like Varane will be back, so it won't be Shaw and Iceman for the rest of the season. It'll be Shaw and Varane. That makes us stronger. Yeah, 2-1 as well. That's why I laughed when Eddie said that. Yeah, 2-1. I think we win this game.
Yeah.
And I think once we win this game, it quells. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just not worried about top 4. I haven't been all season not all season. I haven't been for the longest period of time. Even when we've lost. People are like, oh, you're not worried about top 4. Nah. I'm really not concerned about top 4 because 1 out of Spurs, Villa, and Liverpool have to catch us. I don't believe in any of those sides to claw back this gap and us to drop enough points. Like our results must fall off a cliff. Because United for Life said United only need 12 points out of 21. We can lose 3 games out of the next 7 and still make top 4. 12. Because that'll take us to 72 points. What? Can Liverpool not get 72 points, United for Life? Is that what you're telling me? Now I've got to try and do maths. Long day. What made you say that, United for Life? That we only need 12 points out of 21. Where did you get that from? The Spurs, Villa, and Liverpool, can they not make that? Because like I said, we're currently on 16 points. So if we get 12, it will take us to 72. So Spurs, let me pull out the calculator on that. See how we do in maths here, people. Don't say we don't educate you, lot. If you know this calculator, let me get on the phone because the calculator wants to move slow. Because Spurs have 5 games left. So that's 15 points they can get. You're right. Well, with Spurs, yeah. Because Spurs, at maximum, can get 69 points. Maximum. Villa, the same. Liverpool, maximum, can get 18. Right, he's right. It's 18. You're right. Jesus. Hey, how did you do that, United for Life? That is brilliant.
What happened?
So maximum points Liverpool can get is 71, sorry. So his maths is right. 1 second, let me pull it up. Yeah, he's right. Hey, United for life, sorry for doubting you. That's brilliant. He said this. United only need 12 points out of 21. We can lose 3 games out of the next 7 and still make top 4. Because the maximum amount of points Liverpool can get from there, even if they win all their rest of their games, is 71 points.
Okay.
For Spurs and Villa, it's 69. So if we get 12 points, basically we need to win 4 out of our last 7. And I fancy our chances of winning 4 out of our last 7. If we can't get 4 out of Villa at home, Brighton away, West Ham away, Wolves at home, Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home, Fulham at home, we don't deserve top 4. See, comfy, hey, United for life, big up, man. I'm going to use this. I'm going to quote you when I use that as well. I'm going to quote you. 100%. Hey, yeah, serious. That is excellent maths.
Hey, United for life been a real one in that chat now.
That is an excellent maths. I doubted him. I was like, huh? How did you figure that shit out? Sorry, I had to go to the calculator, people. Regular watchers know maths is not my strong suit. You don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that. Danny regulars.
Yeah, I'm not bragging over my understanding of math either, so we appreciate it.
It's definitely better than my remedial level maths. I'm telling you that much. You know what I'm saying? Aquil says, you man ain't making top 4, weak team, weak mentality. All right, let's see Aquil, man. Big up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the first time I see you in the chat. You're
make sure you subscribe to the thing. They got other people who hate on our squad too. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Arsenal fan, so we'll allow him in it. You know what I'm saying? This is him lashing out. I can see he's got the Arsenal badge in it, so you know. It's kind of
pain, bit of pain,
yeah, man. It's pain, man. It sucks. I've been there, man. I've lost league titles, man. I've lost league titles. I know. You know what I'm saying? And that I hear that. It is. Hey, I feel kind of like Arsenal. You lot drop points to Everton, Southampton, West Ham. I'm saying so. We in the same boat. I'm saying we've dropped points. You know what I'm saying? And that we've dropped points to relegation sides. And yeah, you drop points, but like Aquil, if you weren't listening before you just joined, we only need 4 wins out of our last 7, and that's on Liverpool, Spurs, and Villa all winning all their remaining games. And guess what? They can't. You know why they all can't win all their remaining games? Because they play each other. Liverpool play Spurs. I'm sure. Let me actually check out everyone's fixtures. Let me have a look. Let's see who else plays each other. We'll start with Spurs actually. So Spurs play Liverpool, Palace, Villa, Brentford, Leeds, West Ham. So they can't. All right, let's go to Villa. Let's go. They play, obviously, us away, Wolves away, Spurs at home. Oh, Liverpool play Villa. Second to last. Oh, we got this sewn up. And then Brighton at home. Oh, calm. Full faith. And then Liverpool, they play Spurs.
We're Sunday. Dropping points to Bournemouth.
Leicester away. We might. They drop points to Bournemouth. We might. Oh no, that was Liverpool.
This dude's serious. That's crazy.
Yeah. We might do. He might be right. Yeah. So Liverpool play Villa and Spurs. They all play each other. All the teams around us play each other. So they all can't get maximum points. Yeah, man. That's calm. I have no issues. You know what I'm saying? But we move. Anyways, love to everyone that's locked in. Big up to all of you lot. Make sure you continue to support the channel in the manner in which you have. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. All that good stuff as well. You lot are real ones as always. You lot, man, don't argue with the people them in the chat, man. People are salty. Don't even say big up. You know what I'm saying? And that, but we move.
That's simple, people. You ain't got to get too mad.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Yes, the Bournemouth game is away. I'm saying in that. But yo, Eddie, anything else you want to add before we close out?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all always in the chat. Y'all make this so much fun. My dog El Jefe, I always appreciate the opportunity.
Every time, man.
Hopefully by this time next week we have new ownership or it's been sorted out or we have some understanding of what it's gonna look like, you know, and it's hella early on Sunday, so you probably won't catch me for that watch along, but just let me wake up and see that we got the job done.
Yeah, man. Love to everyone that's locked in. Like I said, I'll be on the terrace in a couple minutes, so make sure you head over to the football terrace. Then we're back on the Twitch, people, for the members Q&A. Any members, anyone who's a Sarcasm City soldier or Sarcasm City general, hit me up if you want to be on the members Q&A tonight, which is at 9 p.m. on the Twitch. And then we're back here on the YouTube channel for 11 p.m. ManDem United crossover show, Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. 11 p.m. So myself, Surfer, and Jez talking all things United, all things Chelsea, all things Spurs. There's so much going on with Chelsea, so much going on with Spurs. So we'll be answering all your questions. And then after that, we're live on the Twitch, 1 a.m. Yes, 1 a.m. for the Warriors Kings peoples. Golden State Warriors versus the Sacramento Kings, game 6. Warriors looking to close out the series. The Kings looking to take it to a 7-game series. And then after that, 3:30 a.m. You know what I'm saying? To Eddie's Lakers, LA Lakers, you know what I'm saying? Versus the Memphis Grizzlies, game 6. Game 6 in LA. Lakers looking to close out the series. With the Grizzlies looking to take it to a game 7.
You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going, but I don't have to say it. As long as you know where I'm going, I don't have to say it.
Hey, you lot one way. Are we 1-1? I think we're 1-1 with Lakers. No, you're 2-1 with Watch-alongs. You lot are doing well.
Yeah, where you finna go after this, man? You finna go talk to your man. Go talk to your dog. Get that. Go talk to your man. Get that.
I need the Lakers through, man. You lot are great for business. The Lakers are a juggernaut. They're the Manchester United of the NBA. You lot just do big. It don't matter what time. 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. People be tuning in.
17 times, people. 17 times. Trying to make it 18. You know, okay. Well, I'll be there.
Yeah, man. I'll send you the link. But yes, love to. Oh, Aquil said we still winning the league. All right, Aquil, just make sure you're here Thursdays, midnight. You know what I'm saying? You missed the show, Aquil. I think this is the first time I've seen you in the chat. I do a Manchester United Arsenal show with my boy Cam. So make sure you go check that out. It's every Thursday at midnight. So Aquil, make sure, obviously, it's great to see you in the chat in all shows, but make sure you're there for that show.
Subscribe, and you get the notifications, people. Yep. That's how you have to move, man. Get some. You get any new subscribers this stream?
Oh yeah. We got a couple. Let me check.
There we go. That's what's up. Appreciate y'all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Make sure you do.
Yeah, and also this show and all the other shows on the channel, apart from Watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. All the links for everything is underneath in the description, people. But love to everyone that's locked in. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. There you go.